And Bert and I thought we could do like some honorable mentions as well. So
Yeah.
Let me go get my notes in case we get to my secondary choices. I'll be back in 10 seconds.
well, I already know several of you are going to knock some of mine off my list. There's two that I know Ron's going to knock off my list. So I have extras.
You're wrong.
You might.
No. I took bets on this with myself. I was like, Ryan's going to pick these three. Bert's going to hit this.
Well, but I mean,
branch.
I have extras.
Well, I know.
What did I say, Bert? I have 8.
You have 8?
I think you said 8. Yeah. I've got 9.
I got 6.
Because I knew there's going to be duplicates. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, there's one I'm not even putting up there. I'll let you do that. Because I know it's going to get put up. So, let's put some more variety.
So we'll do the normal, I'm Bert, I'm Drew, blah, blah, blah. And we'll introduce the mini concept. And Ryan, why don't you be the, you seem to have experience with these drafts. So I think if you're kind of the MC, I think that works.
Okay.
Or like the moderator, if you will.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. Drew, are you ready?
Just organizing my thoughts, but yes.
Drew,
I'm Bert. Nope.
Oh.
Drew.
Stepped right on it.
Drew. Do you need a bio break?
Nope.
Okay. Your face expressed concern.
Well, I was thinking about it. Do I? We'll find out.
On this week's episode.
Oh man, we're a different crowd in the evening.
We really are, but it's great.
What else?
Okay.
What else is there to
bang
think
the gavel
about?
here? Okay. Breathe.
100.
I'm Bert.
I'm Drew.
I'm Ron.
I'm Ryan.
And this is the 100 Albums podcast, where we normally discuss the ins and outs and absurdities of a poster depicting 100 albums, but tonight's a different one. We're doing another Between the Episodes episode, where we're going to do the 12 albums of Christmas. We're going to do a draft. It's going to be awesome.
I'm excited. On the first day of albums, something or other. Yeah, so, I mean, first...
5 middle-aged dudes.
There you go.
We got to figure out the order. So let me do... we got a 4-sided die here, and there's 4 of us. So...
I hear sleigh bells.
That was for our episode. That was our lead-in music.
we all we heard was like a garbled subspace transmission, Drew.
Right.
We'll do that in post. Thanks, Drew. Appreciate the input. We can do that later. Anyway, all right. So we're going to roll for order here, and I'm going to do it in the order that we normally do our salutation, which is the Bert, Drew, Ron, Ryan. I'm going to roll a 4-sided die here. And we got, in the first slot, we got Bert.
Woohoo!
And in the second slot, Ron, surprise overtaker. Woohoo! And in the third slot, Drew, which puts me in the bottom where I'm used to being, in the basement where no one cares. The 12 albums of Christmas. Oh my gosh, you guys, there are so many Christmas albums, and I will tell you, in preparation for this, I have many, because I assume we're gonna have some overlap. But Bert, you get the first choice. I got the spreadsheet open, buddy. What is your album to start this whole thing?
Numero uno, of course, and it may, I know it, well, I got to assume it's on at least one other person's, if not all of you. Vince Guaraldi's Charlie Brown Christmas soundtrack. Classic album. I did some research leading into the conversation this evening and found out that, much to my surprise, that a Charlie Brown Christmas soundtrack is the highest selling Christmas album, holiday album ever, which kind of surprised me given our conversation about Black Friday shopping and some of the tropey, the Mariah Careys and some things that are out there, I thought there would be a more pop oriented Christmas album that would be that at the top of the list. But good music is good music, right? People, it's universal. So there you go. Vince Guaraldi, Charlie Brown Christmas soundtrack. That's my pick.
I will say, Bert, that's rude to start with. Because
might as well get it out of the way.
Who else had it though? So Ryan had it?
Yeah, I had it.
Yeah, everybody had it.
All of us had it. Oh
yes.
My God.
I'm the winner.
You're right.
I know we're not
and now I don't get another one until pick number 8. So
yeah. Well, I'm glad you took it when you had the opportunity.
All right.
Ron?
All right. So I'm gonna start off with The Nutcracker by Tchaikovsky. Isn't that who did that, right?
Yeah.
So what's my album says? No, that is
that's what my album says. Well, I've got The Nutcracker by Joe Pantaleone. I don't know. Anyway.
But no, for me, that is one that in a world of 2-3 minute songs, that is a great one to put in the background that just solicits a lot of memories for me. And so I have the world's crappiest version of that on vinyl with all kinds of pops and clicks and whatnot, and I absolutely love it. Like, that is a guaranteed play for me every year.
I will tell you, I feel like I just to be fair to the 12 albums of Christmas, I'm gonna allow that to knock one of mine off, which is the Nutcracker Suite by Duke Ellington, which I listen to every year, and it is so good. Oh my God, there's so much good stuff there.
Yeah,
actually, I had the pleasure of seeing it live. There's a local jazz band here in town. They did it as a rehearsal for free, and at a bar that Liz and I used to live next to, and we went and got and saw it live. It was so much fun. But
because I didn't even know Ellington did one.
Oh,
I got to check that out.
Super.
Oh
good.
my,
really,
dude.
Oh, all right.
Oh yeah. You're never gonna listen to the other one again.
So here's what's funny though, kind of on this track. In preparation, I was like, so I'm trying to go through all of like the Christmas albums that are classic to me and or whatever. And that one didn't. I'd forgotten about it, Ryan. But you're absolutely right. The Duke Ellington version is so good. So
it's spectacular. And also transcending Christmas, because I can listen to it year round, which is something weird to say about Christmas music. So, Drew.
Well, I don't have a traditional pile of Christmas. I have a pile of Christmas albums, but I don't have things that I adhere to every year. And so I had to kind of think through the history of Christmas albums that I've liked along the way, especially well. And I found some real winners that I forgot that I need to be listening to in heavy rotation. So there's a background for this. My first one tonight is actually a Harry Connick Jr. album, Harry for the Holidays. And I know he did several Christmas albums. And I listened to them all because this one we had, and this one serves two dual purposes: huge nostalgia, because when my wife and I joined our families and wed each other on that day and that year, we celebrated our first Christmas season with this record going all the time. It is so good. I mean, whether you're a Harry Connick Jr. fan or not, it comes out blaring, ripping with horns, Frosty the Snowman, and it just goes straight throughout. The tenor solo players are unbelievable. He's got several sax players on here that I don't know who they are, but they're all just firing on all cylinders the whole time.
Is that when Dan Ingram was in his big band, the trumpet player, the guy who could scream like crazy?
It comes out. I would say C6. They come out like just instantly on that high note.
It's his
version of Frosty.
It's his second, I think, isn't it, Bert?
Yeah,
I think so.
This is his 2002, I think, album. He's got this great version of Silver Bells on it. It's like 60s mod music. It swings so hard. And best version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town, I think I know. And of course, that's the one he wrote the Happy Elf to for the movie. And I'm not a diehard Gary Connick Jr. fan. I love the guy. I love what he's done. I don't know a whole lot about him, but this album is killer for Christmas music. So there's my entry.
I'm glad you brought that up, Drew, because I actually, do you remember the first one, When My Heart Finds Christmas?
No.
So that was his first Christmas album, and that was when he was still like,
minor.
Good Lord, he was never minor.
Well, you know what I mean. Like he was not the. Go ahead,
Drew.
Well done.
When you're talking about the Screamer band, like here he's coming straight off of that. Was it Red Light, Blue Light, or Blue Light, Red Light?
Blue Light, Red Light.
And
Great
he's
album.
He's coming in with just killer horn players on all instruments. Like the drummer's amazing, the bass player's amazing, the trombones, saxes. Oh my God, everyone's killer. And he brings that into that album. The difference between the album I think you mentioned and When My Heart Finds Christmas is there's a lot more sentimental ballad, and why it never made my list is he does the Ave Maria, the cursed Ave Maria of all 90s albums. Even Jewel did the Ave Maria, and it should not be done.
But that's why this album is passable, I think, for this. I mean, I did look at that title because he, like they all did, several albums, Christmas albums, and I said, no, this is the one. The others I never listened to for obvious reasons or didn't continue to. I mean, when you want something, all the Christmas music is sappy. Like, how much can you take? So this is a different flavor, but it's good. If you haven't heard it, you should.
So who's next, Maestro?
Who's next?
That brings us to you, Ryan.
Well, this is an incredible album by a jazz trio. It was introduced to me by one of my really good friends, Andrew Stinson. And it's by percussionist Matt Wilson. And it is a album called Christmas Tree O. Get it? Yeah?
I do.
And I will tell you, I have listened to this thing in multiple seasons. I will listen to this thing while I'm mowing the yard in the summer. It is that good. These guys, they have a sense of whimsy. They're having fun. The playing is spectacular. The saxophone involved, I wish I were him. They're super hip arrangements. If you have not heard Christmas Tree O, you got to put it on your list. And it spans such a diverse amount of Christmas music. I don't want to give anything away because I feel like there's some spoilers I could do almost with this one. So, are you guys familiar with this?
No.
Oh, that makes me even more happy.
No, I just looked it up and I'm like, I'm adding it to my list.
No, this was my number one pick, and I thought maybe Drew would have had it on his, so I'm excited I got to get to it first.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it. Not that I know everything, but clueless. So, are one of us keeping a running?
I got it.
Text list. Thank you, because I will need that.
So Ryan, you get to go again, right?
Oh, what a lucky duck. So my next choice, and I think I'm going to knock Ron out on this one. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Socks by J.D. McPherson.
Ha! Fooled you, fucker. Didn't even have it on my list because I knew you were going to put it on there.
But it would have been. It would have been.
Oh, dude, absolutely. That is a killer album, man. I love it. And even Lois the other night was like, this is one of my favorite Christmas albums. It's great.
Oh, go ahead. Well, tell me why you would have chosen it and not me, Ron.
It's got a good beat. You can dance to it. No, they're good songs. It's not your stereotypic, White Christmas, old standard stuff. It is, newer Christmas songs, Socks.
Christmas shoes.
Dude, what's it
He's
called?
got the Christmas shoes to go with the socks.
Oh,
That's all I could think of. I'm glad
was
you're
it?
on my wavelength, Bert.
Bad Bad Kid, that song.
I love the one where Santa's got to get fatter. You don't need no 32-inch waistband. There is so much fun in this album, and a good friend of mine sent this to me in the mail, and he was like, "This is going to be in the top of your list forever." John Marshall, if you're listening, but I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." And every year it gets heavier play for me.
Yeah.
It is such a great Christmas record.
Yep.
Nice. Ron, back to you. No.
All right.
Drew, back to you.
Oh, Drew?
Right.
All
Who is it? Who is it, Ryan?
At the
Goes back to Drew.
Yeah.
Drew. Okay.
At the risk of also stealing one from Ron, but I don't know. We have to do this, right? Boogie Woogie Christmas by the Brian Setzer Orchestra.
Not on my list, but outstanding choice.
Good. He also had a bunch of them, a bunch of Christmas records. And another nostalgia family favorite of ours was, I found out, a compilation Christmas album. And I know we don't do compilations on here, so I listened to them all, and this one just had everything on that compilation. Basically, it was this album plus a few others. So there's a couple stinkers on it because he does. They're all some of the classics, but he does like "Oh Holy Night," and it ends really sad on this song called "The Amens." I don't even know what that is, if it's original or if it's somebody else's song, but he's got a couple interesting tracks I've never heard on, but they do a great version of Sleigh Ride. He's got that old "Everybody's Waiting for the Man with a Bag," like some of those unique songs that are older that are, not often done.
Does he do the Ave Maria?
No. But again, he's got fantastic horns, and it's just, man, I don't know if it's my mood lately, but I'll take it because the album just hits and it keeps going. Oh, and for the third time tonight, this also has a short condensed version of the Nutcracker Suite on it by the band. Yes.
Nice.
So
That's what I'm familiar with from that record, Drew, is the Brian Setzer Nutcracker Suite, which is really, really cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, coming from the heart, I listened to a lot of records to make sure I had the right decision here, and that would be my number 2. Absolutely.
Nice choice. Yeah. I actually don't know that one, so now I want to add it to our collection for sure.
Give me, I mean, there are a couple down moments on the album, but it's okay too. That's all right.
But I think with most, I mean, I'll speak for myself. With most holiday albums, there's always one or two songs that you're kind of like, I can take it or leave it,
I just don't, how we always talk about the order of songs on here. It's terrible. The order of songs makes but this was also 2002, and I think, again, in CDs we stopped caring about that then. So maybe that explains it, because it ends on a way downer. But oh well.
Ron, it is your turn.
Man,
Ron, you're getting the Ave, baby.
Dude, with an intro like that, I better bring it, and it's probably not going to get brought. All right, so my second one is the Ventures Christmas album.
That is called Christmas album.
It's just called Christmas album. Yeah.
No way.
It's downstairs. I got it.
Nice.
I love the Ventures. I've always loved the Ventures. They were a big part of me playing guitar and learning guitar. And so, yeah, this is just one of those, you got to have a palate cleanser at Christmas time in between a bunch of other albums we're going to talk about, the old standards. And it's just good. It's got a good beat. It's Christmas songs, but it's not the stereotypic Christmas stuff. So I dig on it.
That was not what I was expecting from you, but also what I was expecting from you.
Oh, just wait. There's more surprises to come.
There's not. There's just
You've only got one left,
more.
dude.
Oh, no, there's going to be an honorable mention list.
Okay.
So
Well, we have. Yeah. That's fair. But I'm not surprised that that a guitar player would choose that.
No offense taken,
Shots
Ryan.
fired. Shots fired. That's fine.
Well, next up we have Bert.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh,
I knew someone was going to do it, and I knew it was going to be you.
So, Merry Christmas by Bing Crosby. This is the original that my parents had.
Nice.
We were growing up.
Oh,
Those are the best albums to have in your collection.
And I don't even know what the year is on it. But
like straight up, that's an original.
Like
52.
This is the original. I mean, you get the
Nice.
liner. So for listeners, I'm showing them the innards here.
45, Bert. 45.
Damn.
I'm trying to find. This is where you're getting the old man take off the glasses to look at. I can't find like a copyright or something.
Am I muted because I keep saying it's
Nope.
1945?
No, I know it's 1945, but I'm trying to find what. You're not...
That was a joke. I'm making jokes.
Oh, you're making jokes. Okay.
I have
my
the
own
release
expense.
of that one.
Yeah, but look at this though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's in
like,
great shape.
That's great.
yeah, it's in pretty good shape. So this record, even though I chose the Vince Guaraldi as my first pick, this probably should have been my first pick, but I thought there was a greater chance that I would get this later than the Vince off the rip. So this album is what I listened to every Christmas as a child. We put this record on. I've got a couple others that I'll show up as honorable mentions too, but like this is Christmas to me. I knew this record before A Christmas Story came out, and they're playing this record in the background. You know what I mean? Like the Silver Bells and stuff. So it just oozes nostalgia for me, sentimentality, and all of those things. And honestly, the track listing is a great record. So who doesn't love some Andrews Sisters? You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
12 songs.
Kalikimaka is the thing to say.
Hey, good news though, Bert. This is good news. You get to do the next one too.
Oh, I can do the next one too. Okay, so I had kind of a
Coming in
tie.
at number 9.
Coming in at number 9. I honestly I had a bit of a tie, so I'm gonna go with, just because again for nostalgia and kind of that aspect, Harry Connick Jr. When My Heart Finds Christmas, despite the Ave Maria, because that one for me is high school and college. I have vivid memories. You guys will remember my white panel van that I had in college. That
The hospital benches in the back.
with the hospital bench in the back and the
So we
two
have-
12-inch subs. But
We have 2 Harry Connicks.
yeah, we have two Harry Connicks. So that When My Heart Finds Christmas, other than the Ave Maria, I think is a great record. I would put that on to drive home for Thanksgiving break or to drive home for Christmas break. So like that has some really good nostalgia vibes for me too. And he had a killer band, just a killer band. So
Ron, what do you got coming in at number 10?
Ooh, I'm up again. All right. I had to find a new one, and this one is my new favorite. Like, I have played this album start to front 10 times this season, and I've only discovered this album in the last week. And it is Bad Religion Christmas Songs.
The band Bad Religion?
Yes. Did a damn Christmas album, and holy shit, is it wonderful.
I love
Okay.
Drew's like the band.
Like,
I mean,
Ryan is.
it could be Bad Religion Christmas songs.
And the first track is Ave Maria. No, so that's
I'd
funny.
It's not the band I would have thought would have done a Christmas album.
And dude, me neither. But let me tell you, it is great. Oh, Hark the Angels Sing. It starts off with that as a complete a cappella, and it is very, very, very good. And then you have the stereotypic pick scrape down the guitar strings, and then it just turns into freaking punk and Christmas song. It's freaking awesome. It is the Christmas music you need to get pumped up to do some shit. It is phenomenal, and everyone should hear it.
Damn.
Nice.
All right.
Didn't see that shit coming, did you?
No, I did not. I'm gonna get after it because a lot of stuff doesn't slide past me, Ron, and I'm a little disappointed I didn't know that came out. So, well, that puts us right back to Drew.
Okay. I'm torn. I was hoping we had 4 picks each, and so I've been
Well,
trying.
it's not 18 Days of Christmas.
But,
Right.
you can,
16,
but,
do math.
That would have been
you can do some. We can do some honorable mentions though.
right. Well, these are 50-50, and this will make the other will make the honorable mention. But rather than be the same, I don't want to profess the same that I'm the same that I only listen to the same stuff. I'm going to make a decision based on that, and I'm going to go with the Sal Soul Orchestra's wonderful Christmas Jollies record of Spotify here is telling me it's 1992, but it's not. This is straight disco. The album cover, let me show you guys.
Wait, what is the artist?
Sal Soul Orchestra, but the album is called Christmas Jollies, and it has amongst many disco versions of all the Christmas hits you've come to learn. It's got on the B side, there's 2 songs. There's 2 tracks. It is a Christmas medley and a New Year's Eve medley. In each of the or New Year's medley, I think. In each of these goes with the same bass line, and it's like that disco / country bass line. It's just do 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 do, and they just go between. I mean, they do some like one phrase entries of a song. It'll just come in and go out. The strings will come in and it'll play like a little take of "Oh Holy Night," and then the choir, and it's all these girls singing in these really high alto soprano voice, like just triad harmony choir disco stuff. It is just so wild, and it's a super fun listen that we put on every year, and it was Lisa's album. My wife's parents actually owned a disco club for a short period of time in the late 70s, and she ended up with quite a interesting collection as a result. So this is, I think, something from the fallout from that. So
5 disco jollies.
Yeah. Drew, you're cluing in on one of our favorites at the house, which is not on my list, but it's the Tijuana Brass Christmas, and it is hilariously weird.
Yeah,
and the arrangements are strange, and we put it on every year. We can't get enough of it.
You really need to have multitude of. I mean, how many? The problem with Christmas music, I think, that everybody
gets too sincere.
Well, it's pervasive for several months, so you need to diversify. Because I don't believe in hating Christmas music. I love Christmas music, but it's hard to listen to when it's all you hear the minute Halloween is over. So you have to find ways to embrace it, But yeah, not a serious album by any stretch, but it doesn't have to be. It's one we always play.
Well, I'm having a hard time here because I have several albums left, but I only get one pick. I gotta go with my heart on this. A Christmas Together, John Denver and the Muppets.
Ooh.
And I gotta tell you,
a Gen X special.
That hits.
But the thing is, it's really good. It not only has some of your conventional Christmas songs with John and the Muppets, but it's got some John Denver originals, which were actually, some of them are featured on his Rocky Mountain Christmas. Unfortunately, when he did with the Muppets, he does not have his Please Daddy Don't Get Drunk This Christmas, which is a great song from his Christmas album.
I know that song.
It is a fantastic Christmas album, and it really kind of encapsulates, at least for me, that kind of I'm not super religious, so it just is more about the spirit of giving and camaraderie and friendship and those kind of things that I love about the holiday.
How have we not fallen into the Please Daddy Don't Get Drunk This Christmas when we've been talking about goofy Christmas songs in the last few weeks?
Because I like it.
I forgot about that song. I forgot about that
because we're not trashing it.
Yeah, I would have brought it. I forgot about it.
I think that's the list then, huh?
Yeah, it's a pretty good 12 days. I will say,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we have some honorable mentions. I feel like I'd love to call out It's a Holiday Soul Party, which is Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings.
Nice.
I'd love to call out
I avoided that, thinking somebody was going to bring it up.
I did too. If you haven't heard it, the 8-Bit Christmas by Rush Coil, which basically sounds like you're playing a Nintendo game with Christmas songs. It is so good. There are so many nods to our Gen X youth in terms of that 8-bit sound. If you don't know the Rotary Connections Christmas album, which is called Peace, it is pretty weird, but also awesome. They have a song called Sidewalk Santa that is depressing and beautiful about people, well, sidewalk Santa Claus. No one on this list brought up Ella Wishes You a Swinging Christmas. What the hell?
That was my 50-50 with the Sal Soul Orchestra. So,
and yet we got double Harry Connick Jr.
Yeah.
She's spinning in her swinging grave.
Hey, I told you why I opted out of that. I would have had it. Look, it's the biggest name on my list.
Bert, what are your honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions for me: Frank Sinatra, Christmas songs by Sinatra. Again, kind of in that vein of like nostalgia and like the swinging stuff. Ska-fish, Tidings of Comfort and Joy. Check it out.
So ska Christmas music?
It's jazz trio, like piano, bass, drums. But it's good stuff. Ellis Marsalis, New Orleans Christmas Carol. Really, really great. Again, kind of in that jazz, kind of laid back. He has one of the most unique versions of Little Drummer Boy. I mean, it's got that New Orleans kind of flavor to it, so with the drums, but it's really good. And then I honestly thought Ron would have this one, but the old 97s, Love the Holidays. It's a great album that I've discovered only recently, like in the past couple of years. The only thing they could do to make it better, and if you have not seen the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, I highly recommend it, if for no other reason than the old 97s make an appearance and do a song in it that is all about Earthlings are so weird. I don't know what Christmas is, but Christmas time is here. It's a great song, lots of good vibes. So
I'm actually surprised that you know of that album, but I forgot about the Guardians of the Galaxy movie that they were in. That I've been a fan of the 97s for decades. So awesome. I have one album and 2 singles on my honorable mention. My album is Burl Lives. It's Bert Like You with Bing Crosby. It's the one that makes me think of Christmas as a kid is Burl Ives. And then my singles, Christmas in Washington by the Pogues. It is not Christmas till I hear that song. That song, I don't know why, just makes me think of Christmas, and just that starts it for me. And the last one is the 12 Days of Christmas by Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Strange Brew.
You got it.
Hey, but along in the singles, and to also sneak in Mr. Tom into our podcast, because I feel like it's something a few of us try to do every time. Christmas Card from a Hooker in Minneapolis is a fantastic Christmas single.
I was trying to figure out who Mr. Tom was. It took me a minute.
He's talking about his drink is Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, right. I moved on. One album that I've come across in the past few years is the Oscar Brown Trio. They have a Christmas album. I don't know anything about this Oscar Brown, and I can't figure out why I can't find out anything about him. But if you're into the Vince Guaraldi Crime of Christmas jazz trio stuff, it's the same kind of thing. Not as cool as Vince, but it's another version of similar backgroundy kind of Christmas trio music. And for the sake of the one time that I put it, we have the Barbra Streisand Christmas album in our collection, and I put it on one time, and I was like, wow, because I thought, well, okay, so everybody's got a pile of Christmas records in their record collection, and several of them we had never even opened, or they were opened when they were original. But I put it on one time, and I thought, this has got much better stuff on it than I thought. So that was on my list of possible mentions. I just wanted to add, in almost in reference to Well, no, it's not because it's not timely. So, or you can maybe cut that out if you want to. But Johnny Cash has a few Christmas albums, and I had put one on the other day, unrelated to anything else that we've talked about. I can't remember the title of the Johnny Cash album that we have, but it's got the song from him growing up when he was a kid and being poor. But it's got also his version of the Little Drummer Boy. And if you haven't heard that, it's just funny. It cracks me up because he sings like half of the lines, and he just kind of sings like Johnny Cash, like "Come, they told me," and then he just moves on to the next line, and then he sings, "Oh, la, 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 la." And it's funny stuff.
Does he do Christmas shoes?
I don't know. He does his own real life version of Christmas Shoes, which is about him growing up in wherever, Arkansas, when he was a kid. But listen to his version of Little Drummer Boy; it'll crack you up. I'm telling you. Anyway, that's my honorable mentions.
Nice.
I mean, I'd like to give one more honorable mention that we brought up on Tuesday on our episode, which is that I know it's wintertime, but look, you got to think about your yard today. So for those of you who are listening, dedicated listeners, and listen to us on Tuesday, just remember, call Chip and Dale's. We got you covered.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. That was fun. We wound up with like 24 Christmas albums instead of just 12.
It's
But
the
that's okay.
24th day of
That's
Christmas,
right.
and that's what you are doing.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
That's right. But hey, listeners, if we missed one, if there's something that you think should be on the list, let us know. We'd love to add it to our list or explore it in our free time. Let us know.
Let us know. Let us know. Let us know.
That's fantastic. Let us know at 100albums@bertislo.com. That's 100albums at bertislo.com. We'd love to hear from you. And thanks, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Peace.
See ya.
Merry Christmas.
Nine, Harry Connicks. 8, Bing Crosby's. 7, The Ventures. 6, Brian Setzers. 5, Socks by JD McPherson. That was a long mini.
That was a long
Dude.
mini.
I just looked at the clock. Oh my god, I gotta go to bed.
You
Dude,
could probably chop out all of the honorable mentions.
I texted Melissa and I was like, hey, so we're going to go long. And she's like, I'm going to bed.
Well, we also
An
started
hour ago.
an hour late.
So, yeah.
You could cut off the honorable mentions and make that a 2nd December mini, and we wouldn't have to do
actually,
that.
you could do the draft as 2 if you cut in a good spot. Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Part one and part two.
I'll do like a voiceover, like cut it out and be like, tune in next week for the exciting conclusion of.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got the list, Mr. Bert.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Merry Christmas, guys. Love y'all.
Love you guys.
Peace.
Later.